Good morning, boys and girls. All right, so for math today, I want you to have a notebook and a pencil so that you have somewhere to write your work. Okay, so today we are going to talk about inequalities and equations. Okay, we're going to learn how to write and evaluate inequalities, and we'll talk about that definition as we go along. And then we're going to solve simple equations. You could take a look at some of your vocabulary there. And then we talked about, and we've been working with algebraic expressions. So remember, an algebraic expression is an expression that contains at least one variable. Remember, the variable is like an x, a b, a c, a y. That's your variable. All right, so algebraic expressions can be used in inequalities and equations. So let's take a look at our example. Serena buys 2 bags of apples and 1 bag of 8 oranges. Each bag has the same number of apples. Are there more oranges or apples? So let's let each bag of apples contain X apples because we don't know, right? So there are 2 X apples. All right. To compare 2x and 8, you need to know the value of x. So let's say when the value of x is 3, you've got 2x equals 2 times 3, which equals 6. Okay, right here. So we know then that 6 is less than 8. So 2x is less than 8. So those bags of apples, when using 3 as x, is less than 8. Now let's take a look. When x is 4, so you have 2x. Remember, 2x is the apples in the bag. We don't know how many are in each bag, but we know that there are 2 bags. So 2x equals 2 times 4, which equals 8, right? So we've got 8 right here equals 8. Oh, so that means 2x equals 8. So when x is 4, it means that there is the same number of apples and oranges. All right, what about when x equals 5? Okay, so we replace that x with 5 right here. So 2x equals 2 times 5, which equals 10. All right, so now we know that 10 is greater than 8. So 2x is greater than 8. So when x is 5, it means that there are more apples than oranges. Okay, so if you take a look at the bottom, we're going to talk about what an equation is. So the statement 2x equals 8 is an equation. When you have that equal sign, it means that that's an equation. The statement 2x is less than 8 and 2x is greater than 8 are inequalities. Not too bad to remember what's what. Okay, so when you have an equal sign, it's an equation. When you have a greater than or a less than sign, it's an inequality. All right, your turn. So let's go ahead and do numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, pause if you need to, and then we'll take it over on the board. Go ahead. Okay, welcome back. So, what it says, number 1. It says, can you see that? Okay, you might have to pin me. I got it way up here. Okay, so number 1. There we go. Y is 6. So 3y is what? Is it less than or greater than, less than, or equal to 18? Okay, so we know that we've got 3 times, because 3y, 6 is what to 18? Well, 3 times 6 is 18, isn't it? So then it's going to be 18 is equal to 18. Perfect. That's your answer. All right, number 2. When y is 10, so you've got 3 times 10, and then you've got, what is it? Oh, we got to put it there. To 18. Well, 3 times 10 is 30. So 30 is actually greater than 18. Let's see. Number 3. When y is 5, so you've got 3y and 18. So you've got 3 times 5 is what to 18? So 3 times 5 is 15. It's 15. So is 15 greater than, less than, or equal to 18? You're right. It's less than 18. Okay. Let's do number 4. Number 4. When y is 9. So 3 times 9 is what to 18? Well, 3 times 9 is 27. Is 27 greater than, less than, or equal to 18? You're right. It is greater than. So, I hope that you got those correct. All right. So let's talk about algebraic expressions can be compared by evaluating them for a given value of the variable. So when b is 8, is 4b minus 6 greater than, less than, or equal to 26? You're just plugging in that b. You're just plugging it in to figure out your answer. So when b equals 8, so 4b minus 6 equals 4 times 8 minus 6. Well, we know 4 times 8 is 32. 32 minus 6 is 26. Guess what? They're equal. So 26 is equal to 26. So then, when b is equal to 8, 4b minus 6 is 26. Okay, so 2 expressions that have the same value are said to be equal. Remember what we said about the equal sign early on? When 2 equal expressions are related by an equal sign, they form an equation. Okay? Awesome. All right, let's do this one. So you've got C is now 15. We just need to plug it in. So is 3C divided by 5 greater than, less than, or equal to C minus 8? So evaluate both expressions to compare them. So 3C divided by 5 is 3 times 15. Remember, C is 15. We just plugged it in here. 3 times 15 divided by 5. Now we've got 3 times 15 is 45. 45 divided by 5, which we know is 9. Awesome. Okay, now over here we've got that C minus 8. Remember, we have 2 algebraic expressions that we're comparing. So C minus 8, it's 15 minus 8, which is 7. So in this case, 9 is greater than 7. 9, we figured that out, and we figured this algebraic expression out, is greater than 7. So when C is 15, 3C divided by 5 is greater than C minus 8. Okay, so thinking back to earlier on in the lesson, when 2 expressions with different values are related by a greater than or a less than sign, they form an inequality. All right, let's talk about equal properties. equality properties. So you can add the same number to or subtract the same number from both sides of an equation. The new equation will still be true for the same value of variable. So take a look at the balance. So the coin represents 1. Okay. A represents A counters. Don't know how many. So A counters together with 4 counters on the left side, because we don't know how many are on this side. A counters together with 4 counters on the left side balance 5 counters on the right side. She's thinking. Here you've got A plus 4. Remember, they're equal here to 5. Whoop. So you have an equation, A plus 4 equals 5. Well, let's compare A plus 4 equals 5 with 1 plus 4 equals 5. So you can already see that A equals 1. So this equation is true for A equals 1. Now, some of you did that in your head, and that's awesome. And you may be able to do that with multiple expressions and equations. All right, so let's add 2 counters to both sides of the equation. The 2 sides still balance, so there's still that equal sign in between. You have a new equation. A plus 4 plus 2 equals 5 plus 2. Okay, so that is A plus 6 equals 7. I just added those 2 together here and added these, and you've got that equal sign in between. So let's substitute 1 for A. So A plus 6 equals 1 plus 6, which equals that 7. Because here's that 7. This is A plus 6. Well, we put a 1 in there. 1 plus 6 is 7. So the new equation, A plus 6 equals 7, is still true for A equals 1. Okay. Now let's take away 2 counters from both sides of the equation. The 2 sides still balance. They're still equal. So you have a new equation. You've got A plus 4 minus 2. Okay, A plus 4, but now you're taking away 2, minus 2, equals, that's what this balance means here, right in the middle, everything's straight, equals 5, there's 5 total, but we took 2 away. So, we know that A plus 2 is 3 right here. Or A plus 2 equals 3. So how would we make those equal? Yes, we'd have to substitute 1 for A. So A plus 2 equals 1 plus 2, which equals 3. So the new equation, A plus 2 equals 3, is still true when A equals 1. All right, let's do a check. This is a different method, and I'm going to teach a different one too during math today. So you've got 5y minus 2 equals 13. Now, whatever you do to one side of the equation, you do to the other. So here, we're building up and we're breaking down. So you've got 5y minus 2 equals 13. Well, we need to add 2 to this side, and then we also need to add 2 to the other side. Whatever you do to one side of the equal sign, you do to the other. So now we've got 5y, because this cancels each other out. So 5y equals 15, because 13 plus 2 is 15. Well, we're multiplying here, but we need to do the opposite.